Morning traders, and this is your JSE Top 40 review for today. So we still got some really crap data from GT24 yet again. Doesn't seem like they can fix it. But anyway, I've drawn in the close at the moment. So this level here of 48,637 was the actual close. The one thing that is really concerning me is that we do have a pretty solid grouping to the downside here, and we're starting to form some a little bit of divergence. It's not quite there yet. I'm just looking between these two bars at the moment, but it is pretty much it's there. It is starting to brew. Now, the trend is still very strong to the downside, but clearly we are consolidating here on top of these swing highs here. Okay, so that is our level, and you can see we've broken through both moving averages at the moment. So, this is always a pivotal point when you break through the 200 moving averages. There's lots of algorithms that trade this setup. Moving down to the 3 hour. Okay, you need to ignore every single one of these bars here. Okay, and you can see what I mean. We are just hovering in this on this level. Now, it is also a little bit of a triangle this week, flat bottom triangle. And if you look at the oscillators, while it's been going sideways, obviously oscillators have been climbing. Okay, so the selling pressure is coming. It's coming. So as soon as we break below this level, and I'm just going for the close. I got a little bit wrong. There's the level there. So it's 48,590. Call it 48,600 at the moment. That is the level we need to pay attention to. Now, if we go to the hour, you'll see a much bigger picture. And again, I can just streamline it. There's my inside tail there. Okay, there it is there. That's my breakout level I'm looking for. So yesterday we had a big move down, big move up, big move down, big confusion. Still hovering inside moving averages. But look what's happening to the oscillators while we're ranging here. And our range is pretty much there. Okay, so yeah, right now I think the Aussie has a couple of possible scenarios right now, and I think the most logical one right now is to continue in this range, which has been 3 days, 4 days now already. And the next logical thing to do is that may also be the bottom of the range there. Okay, ignore these green candles. They are irrelevant completely. They printed at 10 o'clock at night, and the market's way closed after 10 o'clock at night. So anyway, so yes, I think what you're looking for, a kind of a difficult setup this, because your closing range, so there the closing range played out. Yesterday's closing range did definitely play out to the upside, but then sellers stepped in and it looks like it played out to the downside. I'll double check that now. Yeah. Okay, it didn't quite play out to the downside, and it didn't quite play out to the upside. So it played to the 161 on either side. 161.8% extension, 161.8% extension. Okay, now that one didn't really play out. A bit of a waste. But anyway, I think right now we need a break of either one of these levels. Okay, so break below 48,525 or break above 48,965 is what we're looking for. So yesterday, US markets got a little bit of a hammering, almost 1% down for the Nasdaq, and S&P down 0.8%, and the Dow down 0.9%. US markets are also down at the moment, and we also have Tencent, which is only down 0.4% right now. We've got oil down, and the rand dollar the rand got hammered yesterday, sitting at 14.70. So that's probably what was propping up the market, is the weaker rand. The question, the question on my mind right now is this a consolidation for another move, another push down? And it's looking that way. It really is starting to look that way. And if that is the case, if I come to the 3 hour, then I'm looking for another move of 1,500 points to the downside. Sorry guys, I just want to see whether that's a logical area there for the short term. There's one, and there's another one. Yeah, so there's a swing low, and there's a swing high. So we're taking it off the 3 hour because there's nothing else at all. Okay, so the logic tells me that we need to continue trading with the channel, the range. So long from the bottom and short from the top. But bear in mind that yesterday's setup here is a double top. Could also be a potential double bottom. Now, I suspect we're going to gap down quite extensively. We're going to gap down with a massive gap. So I don't even think the closing range is worth trading. But what is worth noting is where the bottom of the closing range is, because you may get a bounce back to it. And you can see there's my range target on the first level there. So you can expect some buyers stepping in off 48,361. So even if we do gap down with a massive gap like that, I expect some buyers to step in off there, which would then extend the range to the bottom potentially. And then we've got to wait and see what happens. If we get a pullback back into this area here of 48,525, that would be an area to look for another short, because it would be hopefully a lower high. But I think this market is very similar to the Dax at the moment. Total confusion. I think at least on the US markets, there is some structure that you can trade. But this stuff is not looking like something that I'd want to get involved in. I didn't really trade this yesterday either. Okay, so yeah, I suppose, looking at hindsight, if I pop down to the 6-minute chart, and I always like to do this just to try and understand what's going on. So we in a range, but you can see the deviation on the moving averages. Then you've got a grouping, then you've got a crossover quite far apart, and then a double bottom here, grouping, and then we rallied. Logical exit point there, and then we continued trending up until we hit the top, and then the seller step in. You can see the deviation that came in at the close, and right now, who knows what's going to happen. But I suppose this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the first half hour of trading is also a range, and you can also use that as a yardstick. So if I do this for you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So there's my range. Okay. So that was my opening range, and I'm looking for a 5-minute close above it or below it. And you see we didn't get a close above it, we got a rejection off the level with a confirmation. So that would have told you, okay, possibly short. And if I move this to the downside, you'll see that was my target area. We got just below it and then bounced back up. Okay. So I think until we break through this this range, and because it's been going on for quite some time, I'm looking for at least an hour close below the range. Then that would give me some confidence that we've got some more moves to the downside coming. But also draw these other levels in. Look to the left, and you're looking for 48,360, 48,180, and 47,996. Now the fact that this incorrect data is coming down to 47,996, it happened some time ago. If you look here, so all this incorrect data was down at the same level, and we eventually targeted it and then broke through it. Okay, so don't know whether it's got any significance, but it's just something that I've noticed happened already. So just pay attention. There's obviously a reason for the algorithm actually gapping down to here and then rallying, gapping down and rallying. There's a reason for it somewhere along the line. Oh, there we go. It's the weekly 200 EMA. Oh, SMA, sorry. So it's a weekly 200 SMA. That's what that is currently. So yes, I think that kind of changes things a little bit, doesn't it? Because that is definitely an area you want to be buying off. I wouldn't want to be selling off the 200 EMA or 200 SMA or EMA on the weekly. Okay, and if I look at the monthly, nothing really on the monthly. Okay, apart from a massive engulfing candle. Okay, so guys, I think for today, my advice really is trade the range, but do anticipate a gap down and possibly a break out of the range, and then look to the left, get your levels in, and see you may find buyers off one of these levels, and then I would take that trade, but I think it's going to be the scalp, and the proof of the pudding is a retest of the range break, which is 48,525. Okay, if I can get that today, that would be first prize for me. If I can get a sort of a gap down and then a rally back up, even close a gap would be even better. But any kind of rally and then a bearish price action, then we're in for the short. Okay, so essentially what I'm going to be doing is waiting for at least the first half hour, and then possibly the opening half hour, and then possibly the first 15 minutes of the next trading session. So from 9 a.m. to quarter past, and that should give me the structure that I'm looking for to pick a direction. Okay. So yeah, so right now we're looking for this range break, but it is starting to look rather ominous for a continuation to the downside. Everything here, trend is down, and then we're starting to group again with the oscillators to the upside. So I do anticipate another pretty strong move to the downside. Okay, so anyway guys, that's my view for today, and short it is, but obviously not from the levels we are. We want to pull back before we get in short. Okay, any long it you're going to take off a level, it is a scalp, have a defined exit point to get out on. Other than that, guys, stay safe and enjoy your day. Cheers for now.